All right, Ben's Den in the house here at Bishop Girton, the nest they call it. Here with Molly Squared, Molly DeLuca, Coach Molly DeLuca, and Molly Brody of Merrimack, the sophomore. How are you tonight, ladies?
Awesome.
Good.
Excellent. So as I mentioned, we're here at Bishop Girton, closing out senior night for BG, and a really tough duel about to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I feel the energy in the building. And Coach McMahon was nice enough to give me a few minutes with you. So I'm going to make it brief, but I want to get a couple of things out there. Number one, how is wrestling in high school treating you? I've watched you on the youth circuit.
Yeah.
Very impressive, hard worker. And then everything's different when we come up to high school, whether female or male. It's another level. So how are you adjusting up there?
Good. Everyone's great. Hard work, it really is, but good.
Little
Good.
different going from 2 or 3 days a week to 5
Yeah.
days, 2.5 hours a day.
Yeah.
So body-wise, that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You're going through puberty in high school, all that stuff. So there's a lot of challenges. Taking it in stride?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The boys treating you okay?
Yes.
So a lot of those kids, I assume, they knew you from the youth circuit.
Yeah.
And so you have that respect before you get up there. Like, she knows how to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've been up there and you've been wrestling with them and beating them up a little bit, I assume that respect stays where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now, feel like a pioneer at all? How many female wrestlers have there been at Merrimack?
2, 3?
A couple.
High school level.
At the high school
level.
3? Not sure.
A few.
A few.
Kind
not
of,
many.
kind of the minority, if you will.
Yeah.
So, one thing I coach on the youth level, and we're starting to see those female numbers pick up. And Coach Molly's a big, big Wonder Woman type supporter. So, my interest with you is, how do you see it on the youth level, and the girls that you talk to when you're like, yeah, I wrestle, and how do you get received with all that?
Oh, it's great. And those little girls are kicking butt. They are so, so tough. And it's awesome.
I love it. Well, and again, they got to watch you, right? And it might be hard for you to take that, but you're a role model, whether you want to be or not. And you're a good role model from what I see. The way you carry yourself on the mat, on the team bench and everything, class act. So it's good to have those kind of people on the team, female or male. So the other thing is this year, as you know, Molly, we've gone to, on the youth level, we've split the girls up this year. First time, we're trying it.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a lot of feedback, some good, some bad. So from somebody who's been through that, you wrestled all boys.
Yeah.
In the sense, like, there were some girls there, but it was boys division. It was kind of just co-ed.
Yeah.
So I was curious your thoughts on, going to different from co-ed to, we got a girls division, we got a boys division, no crossover. You think that's good for the sport? Is that something that we got to work into? And I'm just throwing it out there.
I think it's great that there are enough people, enough girls, to have a girls' division. I think that's awesome. I think getting experience with wrestling both guys and girls, it's different to wrestle guys because they're stronger.
Sure.
But I think being able to wrestle both is good as well. So I think that's great.
Okay, perfect. Great answer, because I'm kind of in the same boat, and I'm sure,
Yeah.
Molly, you might be there as well. And so I'll throw that question over to you. As a youth coach who coaches both boys, girls, you've done all boys teams, you've done all girls teams. I mean, you've been around. What are your thoughts on youth wrestling this year, taking a shot and seeing how we do?
I think it's a good shot, but the only thing that concerns me is the numbers in the state, and what we need to do is grow those numbers. And to show that we're going to grow those numbers, we have to do something like this. I just hope that this year everybody understands that it's a growing and a feeding program at this point, and that eventually in time we will have these brackets and we will have an amazing girls division.
I'm on the same page as you, as is the youth board and the coaches. I don't think there's anybody in the state that is like, yeah, we're going to have packed brackets.
Right.
There's that concern. But we have to start somewhere. And it's important, I think, for the youth parents to know that nobody's doing this to their daughter. Because
Right.
we've gotten some feedback on that, hey, Janie doesn't, she wrestles hard, she's tough, and she'll wipe up the girls, and there won't be a division, and we get that.
Right.
But somebody has to be the first wave. And this year, it's that round of girls. So I'm happy to hear that, a youth coach and a female youth coach at that is open to it. So
I definitely think it will be, this year will be challenging, but I definitely think that everybody needs to keep it in mind that if we don't start somewhere, then it's not ever gonna start.
Right. Do the same thing, get the same result. I believe Einstein called that insanity, right? So when you do the same thing and you expect a different result, then you're probably crazy.
Yeah.
So tonight, I know you're not wrestling.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
wrestling
tonight.
tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Just making her come back.
Is it a debut, or have you wrestled this year? Because you had mentioned that you're kind of off.
Yeah, so I wrestled this year. I took a break. Our 120's been going through a tough time, so coach asked me to step in.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
And listen, on that note, JV finished, so I'm going to let you go before Coach McMahon yells at me. Thank you so much for the time, and I will absolutely catch up with you again, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.